Hey guys, welcome back. Today I was actually planning on doing a full-on declutter. I was gonna go through the house and just declutter a ton of things, but we just had company leave and it never fails whenever we have company. Most of the time we're just spending time with each other, really kind of enjoying that time together instead of focusing on the house, which is perfect. But today I need to go on a little cleaning spree. I want to change all the bed sheets, clean everything, vacuum the floors, just really get the house feeling nice and clean since we really kind of have neglected it. So I figured I would take you guys along with me. Maybe I'll end up decluttering a little bit later this week. There is a lot to get done. We are kind of gonna do like a whole house clean. For the most part, we're cleaning top to bottom. We are getting everything feeling nice and peaceful and calm. It'll be good. I'm gonna probably grab a podcast or something like that to listen to so I can just kind of get in the zone, and we are going to clean things up. So let's do this. I wanna hear you say that you only want me. Had me down for the count. I was on 9-9 all the time. Shattered soul, you took control, but now I'm gone bye-bye, bring the fire. You took something beautiful and made it something cruel. It's all that I get from you. You're so delusional. Now watch me take control. I just ordered this back and neck massager. I'm hoping it will be good because there's just been no time, I feel, lately to go to like the chiropractor or anything like that. And I've been having a ton of like back and neck pain. So I'm hoping that this is going to help, but it just arrived last night and I'm really excited to try it out. So, oh, that's cool. It looks like you can use it in the car or obviously at home. And this is how it connects to the charging cord. And so you put it on like this, and then you gotta put your arms in here, and that way you can like pull on it and just give yourself a massage. So you can scoot it back down. It's obviously not turned on or doing anything, but I guess this is how you can like control it without having to reach and bend at anything. It has some good potential, so we'll see how that works. But I'm gonna go set that in my office so that when I'm on my computer later, I can get a little massage at the same time. Okay, this is also so random, but Kyle ordered these, and I think there's one for every state. So this one's from Arizona. It's a bucket list for your state, but it basically has like different activities you can do, and it'll tell you like how much money it is. So this one is really cheap, this one is more expensive. It'll tell you what time of day, so like daytime, nighttime, whatever, how long it's gonna take outdoor, if it's active or not, what time of year, like this one's summer, this one's spring, this one takes 1 hour, this one's in the evening, it's indoor. And then it also has the city that it's in, so you can see if it's like a traveling one that you have to travel to or if it's close. But our goal is to actually do one of these every month, because I feel like we've lived so many places, you get so used to living around these things that you don't end up doing them, or sometimes you might not even know that they exist. That's just something that we got that we're planning to do, and I thought it was really cool. So I'll link it down below for you guys. I just thought that was super neat. So before I got into all of the cleaning, I really wanted to get a simmer pot going. You guys know I have been doing these simmer pots all the time lately. It's just like my favorite thing to do in the fall, in the winter time, because it's so cozy. And I finally figured out maybe a month or so ago that I didn't have to do it on the stove. I could actually make them in this little mini slow cooker, and it's been so helpful because I am definitely the person that kind of forgets that I have things on the stove, and things boil over or they just boil the water completely away. And now that has really been fixed. So anyway, that has just been a game changer, and I love it because it just smells the house up so pretty. I actually had a comment though a while back asking if I could actually use that as a tea afterwards, and I don't see why not. I think that would be really cool, and I wonder if it would taste almost like an apple cider, just depending on what you put in it, I guess. But I think I'm gonna try that out soon. I'll just have to make sure that I use it later that day, because normally I make up a simmer pot and just use it for 3 or 4 days, but I think that's a really cool way to just get even more use out of it. I've been running
So one of the things that I was just washing up by hand was the NFL Cardinals bucket. That's the team that's obviously closest to us because we live in the Phoenix area and they are in Glendale. We have been to a couple of the preseason games, and then Kyle and Luke actually went to their two favorite teams, which is the Packers and the Chiefs. And it was really fun because while my in-laws were here, we got to go to the Bengals Cardinals game because they are huge Bengals fans. And thankfully, the Cardinals stadium is, I believe, the cheapest, if not one of the very cheapest stadiums to go to. So because of that, we've been able to go a few times. But it's funny whenever we go to these NFL games because we all kind of wear different jerseys. Kyle and I will always wear Packers jerseys. Noah is a Steelers fan. Liam is a Cardinals fan. And then Luke goes for the Chiefs. Now, I did not grow up being into football at all. I really just didn't know all of the rules, and so it wasn't very enjoyable to watch. But ever since Luke has been obsessed with football over the last few years, I really learned a lot about the game. I've learned the rules. I know a lot of the players' names and, details about the sports teams. And it's become a really fun thing that we do and enjoy as a family. But let me know in the comments, do you go for a specific team? If so, who is your team? And does your whole family go for the same team, or are you guys kind of like us and a little bit all over the place?
Fix your eyes on me. I can't help myself, fall in love, I go crazy. What you wanna do now? Should we head back to my place? When you give me that smile, I think my heart's turning up the pace. I don't care about what we do if I get to be with you. What you wanna do now?
So you remember those Arizona bucket list cards that I had shown just a few minutes ago? Well, we ended up taking one of those cards the other day, and we were planning on going up to Flagstaff, which is about 1.5 to 2 hours away from us. And we were going to be going on a family hike, and we were so excited, but we were really bummed out because it turns out there was a big fire up there. And so the trail leading up to that hike was actually closed. And so we weren't able to do that one, but instead we ended up going up to Sedona and going on a hike up there. And that was our first time ever going to Sedona, and it was so beautiful. Oh my gosh, it was definitely not the same as Flagstaff. Flagstaff is a lot more kind of like Utah and Montana, I guess, in that way, where you have a lot of pine trees and you're kind of up high on the mountain. But Sedona was so pretty. It was just all red rock. And then there was also a ton of greenery. It was just one of the most beautiful places I've ever been. If you ever are in Arizona and have the chance to go to Sedona, definitely do it. And honestly, if you live somewhere where you're just not the most familiar with all the areas around you, I would so suggest getting those cards. I think that was really cool just because it encouraged us to step out of our comfort zone, go into places that we don't necessarily know about, and kind of introduce us to new things. And I know that's going to be a place that we want to go back to as a family. And also we just want to continue exploring the state that we live in because we just love it here so much. And because Kyle was in the military for several years, we have lived all over the place. And it's such a bummer because whenever we leave, I feel like we haven't explored everything as much as we really could have, just because you take for granted living in a certain area. And so this is cool that we're able to explore those areas even more and not just kind of miss out on those opportunities when we live so close. So this is our guest room. This is actually where the boys slept because of the number of people we had. We just kind of gave them the boys' rooms. And so I need to make this bed And then I'll actually go ahead and wash these sheets too. This is some donate stuff, and then some of these things I just need to kind of get put away. And then over here, these are those lights that we were waiting for forever for the Pepto-Bismol pink bathroom. Hey Ben, what's up, buddy? Now we're actually going to end up putting those in Kyle's in my bathroom, not today, but I'll just put those in our closet to get them out of here. And then this just needs to get put into the garage for now. Let's get this organized and cleaned up, especially because this is like right what you see right when you come in the front door. I also need to figure out what to do with this for now, because this typically is on the front porch, but I just took it off the front porch for fall and Christmas time because I just don't feel like it really matches, but it's kind of a lot in here. About a month or two ago, I went ahead and organized our laundry room, and it's been so nice to come in here, but it really has been making me excited to do this makeover in here. I'm not gonna lie, I have been feeling a bit overwhelmed with the idea of this just because there's a lot I wanna do and I haven't gotten all my thoughts kind of sorted out on it exactly. But I'm kind of debating at this point whether we want to tackle this before the holidays or if we want to do this in the new year. So if you have any ideas or suggestions, let me know. But that will be coming up either before the holidays or sometime in the new year. So definitely stay tuned for that one because I don't know what we're gonna do, but it's going to be good. Also, I did wanna mention, this is the same vacuum that I've had for a couple of years now, and it's cordless. It bends in the middle, which makes it really nice and easy to get underneath furniture, and I've just really loved it. And it actually went on sale last week, and I believe it's still on sale right now, so I'm not sure how long the sale is going to go. I kind of thought it was going to go off sale by now, but it is still half off at this point, so I will link it down below. If you are in need of a good cordless vacuum, I cannot recommend this one enough. It's super, super good. It works really great on carpet, on hard floors, and like I said, because it bends in the middle, it just makes cleaning underneath furniture so easy. Alright you guys, so like I said early on in the video, today I was actually planning to declutter a ton, and I'm actually happy that I held off on it. One, because I feel like you have to have a clean space before you declutter anyway, just so that you can be really successful with it and it's not as overwhelming. And then secondly, I actually started listening to a new audiobook on decluttering, and I'll talk about that a little bit more in Thursday's video because that's when I really started listening to it. And I felt like I learned a lot from that, so I am going to share more about that later. But I feel like I learned a lot of things that I would have done, not wrong, but differently if I hadn't listened to that book first. Now, I haven't finished that book completely, but I got pretty far into it and I feel like I learned a lot already. And I'm really excited to declutter in a little bit different way than I typically have in the past. I have just been feeling so overwhelmed with life and with things in our house lately, and I feel like it's been really difficult to keep up. And so I'm so beyond excited, and I'm just feeling very motivated, very pumped to get our decluttering underway. I feel like decluttering is definitely something that you do on and off, and it's something that you kind of have to continue to do so that you can keep maintaining it, I guess. I don't think decluttering is something that you do once and then it's like, good, done, never have to do that again. it's something that you instead kind of keep maintaining and continue doing. But I think that I'm going to be decluttering this coming week. So you guys will see that next Monday, or at least as of now, that's the plan. So stay tuned for that because I'm going to be going through multiple areas in my house and decluttering in this new way that I've learned. And I will be sharing all my thoughts on it, all my tips, all the things that I'm learning, and all the things that I've known from the past. So if you are needing some decluttering motivation, make sure you're subscribed, make sure that you have your bell of notification on, because that video will be coming and I cannot wait. I am just so excited, and I'm excited that we get to do it together just so we can continue building that motivation together and just being inspired by one another. And here we go with the moment of truth. When one space is clean, it never fails. There is another one that is completely opposite. It is totally messy. And that for us is our upstairs. So we are upstairs. I'm just kind of going through. The boys' bedrooms actually aren't too messy. I think because we had cleaned them before we had company. And then of course you don't really get those rooms messy while you have company or anything. But the downstairs is feeling so nice and clean. So now we're just going to kind of be working up here a little bit and getting the upstairs feeling as clean and peaceful and calm as it does downstairs. If you're new here or if you missed this video, this bathroom is our most recent renovation. And I just love this bathroom to pieces. I could not be happier with how everything turned out. We did it all on a budget. We kept the vanity, we kept the sinks, we kept the shower. We of course kept the flooring and everything, but we added new faucets, we changed out the mirrors, we painted everything because this bathroom was actually referred to as our Pepto-Bismol pink bathroom. And if you have seen that color, you know exactly why we called it that. But now it just feels sophisticated, it feels really cozy and warm, and I feel like it just matches the rest of our home, especially since we've done a ton of other makeovers like this around the house. And I also have to say, now that we've done this makeover, I really don't mind coming in here to tidy up a little bit because it's just a much more calm and peaceful place to be. So this is called a drain weasel. There's actually like a handle that you can twist. I put the handle somewhere very safe and I can't remember where my safe spot was. So I will have these linked down below. We've used them all around the house and they work really, really well. It is a little gross sometimes, but it works. I'm gonna take this one and it has a bunch of like barbs, like I don't know what to call those exactly, but it's just some little pieces that kind of grab onto whatever's clogging it. And then you're going to shove it down in and you can go deep and you just like twist this around. And this is where if you had that handle, you just sit here and like roll it, but I'll just do it myself. Oh, there's a lot more. Ugh. At least now it drains. Now to clean our mirrors, I still use my e-cloths for mirrors and windows all the time, and I'm sure that I'm going to continue using them all the time for years to come. However, I somewhat recently found a window or mirror cleaning hack, and that uses the spray away cleaner, and it's just been really fun to kind of change things up. I know it's not necessarily that it's like so fun to clean mirrors, but I do think that when you do these monotonous chores, these chores that are very repetitive, I think it is fun and enjoyable to just change things up and just make things feel a little bit fresh and a little bit new. That's why I think it's fun to change up your cleaning scents that you use. I think it's fun to change out products and try new things and even try new techniques. It just makes the chores feel a little bit different and a little bit not as repetitive, I guess. Next, we are moving into our other somewhat recently renovated bathroom. This one we referred to as our Jello green bathroom. So we had some fun names for these wild colored bathrooms previously before we did our DIY makeovers on them. But even though we had done this bathroom makeover several months ago, I had never come in here to organize until last week. I went through and pulled everything out, and then I used Dollar Tree containers to completely organize in here. And it feels so good to just have this space feeling finally completely done, like from the top to bottom, inside the cabinets and everything. It feels so good now. And if you haven't seen that video yet, go ahead and check it out. I'll put the thumbnail here on the screen so you know what to look for. But it was amazing to see the before and after on that one, just because we were able to do it on such a low budget and make this space feel so much more organized and functional. This area that I'm in right now is our loft area, and this was so much fun. We did this makeover, gosh, it's probably been a year now, or almost a year. And previously it had been kind of this random room that didn't have a purpose. We had a game table in here, we had a bookshelf, we had a treadmill in here. Like, it was just kind of a bunch of mismatched things that didn't really have another place. And we were trying to make it a multi-purpose room, I guess, and instead we just never used it. So now this room gets used every single day, and we love the coziness of it. And one of my favorite things about it actually was that we got the furniture for this room from Facebook Marketplace. Like, I think this couch was $150, just such a good deal, and it was amazing how it came together. Okay, this is so random, but you can see my thumb in that last clip. Now, my thumb actually bends backwards a bit, and I never thought anything about it. I just thought that's how thumbs were. And then a while back, Kyle looked at my thumb and he was like, "Oh my gosh, what is wrong with your thumb? Why can it bend so far back?" And I looked at him so confused, like, "What are you talking about? All thumbs can bend really far back." And I looked at his thumb and it just basically is almost completely straight. Like, he cannot even push it far back. And so, of course, we started comparing all of our kids' thumbs, and about half of our kids are like Kyle's and basically completely straight, and half of them have my thumb where they can bend pretty far back. So we ended up looking this up, and I guess it's called Hitchhiker's thumb. And it's just so funny because it's something that we never noticed, but it totally weirds Kyle out now. Anytime he sees my thumb, he's like, "Oh, that just creeps me out. It's so weird that it bends so far back," because to him, his thumb has never been able to do that. And so it looks like it's breaking or something to him. But look at your thumb right now. Try to bend it back as far as you can and let me know, does yours bend backwards or is yours basically straight up? So since we had a lot of popcorn bowls and things like that left in the theater room from a movie night that we had with Kyle's mom and everybody, I just ran downstairs to pop those bowls into the dishwasher. And then while I was there, I picked one of our new Bloom towels from the brand new fall launch that Bloom Towels just had a few weeks ago. And I chose that one to hang on our dishwasher. I think that this specific one might be my very favorite towel that they've ever launched, or at least top 3. I love this towel so much. I think it's so pretty. I know that it's from the fall line, but this one is definitely going to go into my everyday towel that I'll use year round. Back when we lived in Utah, we had a basement in that house, and we love that basement so much. It's funny because when we first moved in, that basement actually looked super awkward and weird and just not very functional. And Kyle ended up finishing it all himself, and we turned it into a space that we just loved so much. It became such an asset to that house, and it became one of our favorite places to hang out. And so whenever we moved to our Arizona house, which is this house, we really wanted to try to recreate that space. So this is kind of what that space turned into. But this room is technically considered a bedroom in this house. However, it is so oversized. Like, I feel like it would have to be a shared bedroom by at least 2 kids because it is just very, very oversized. We also didn't want to split up the boys because as we have it now, the boys kind of stay all together on one side of the house. And then another option for this bedroom was to make it a guest room, which would technically work, but since we don't have guests a majority of the year, we didn't want to dedicate a really large space like this to a guest room that wouldn't be utilized all the time. So that's why we ended up making this a theater room, and we just spend so much time in here, whether we're watching movies together, whether we're playing video games together, whatever it might be. We just love this space so much. But as you can see, when I first walked in here, it definitely is a space that needs a lot of TLC because we kind of use and abuse this room.
Okay, this is a little hack. I've shared it a few times now on my channel, but all you're gonna use is some spray away glass cleaner, these microfiber towels, and then just a regular old Swiffer. And what you're gonna do is take one of the corners of your microfiber towel and just press it right into the holes. And then you're going to make sure it's really snug on the outside and press it into the bottom holes. You'll have a little excess, but that's good because then you can always clean more areas. And then you don't have to get a ladder or a step stool or anything to clean any high mirrors.
Let me know if you remember this bathroom transformation. This one was our lime green bathroom. It was so bright and bold in here, and we really did a lot to change up this space. It's actually been really very neat to look back at our empty house tour when we first moved in and then look at our house now. And there has just been so much that we've done. We've done a ton of DIY makeovers in here, and I feel like at this point you kind of can't recognize it as being the same house anymore.
I would like to go there.
Finally, the guest room sheets were all done from washing them earlier, so I just went ahead and made up the bed in the guest room and kind of put the finishing touches on all of this, and it really just feels so good at this point to have the house all clean.
At the same time, nothing can come between us. You and me, we're staying alive, alive forever.
I've mentioned this before, but I don't always do whole house cleans just because it is a big task to get everything done and everything clean at the same time. So typically I'll kind of break things up and do the kitchen, and then one day I'll do the guest bedroom or my office or the boys' rooms or whatever it might be. However, when I do take the time to do a whole house clean, even though it is a bigger chore and it is just a lot more to take on all at one time, there is just something so incredibly rewarding about walking around your whole home and feeling it be so clean all around, all at the same time. So I definitely have mixed feelings on it, but once I'm done, I always love it. So I hope that this video has been so motivating for you to get done whatever chores you have on your to-do list. I hope that you are leaving here today feeling inspired and motivated, and I cannot wait to hang out with you guys again on Thursday because I'm going to be sharing a super relaxing after dark clean with me. You do not want to miss it. It's going to be really relaxing vibes. We are going to be talking a lot about decluttering, and it's just going to be the best vibes in that video. So stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys.